The Arctic does not forgive weakness. Here, survival is measured in calories and in time. Time waiting, time hunting, time before the ice disappears, time that slips like snow melting in the sun. Every breath matters, every step matters, every decision, even one unnoticed, can mean life or death. Welcome to Wildlife Chronicles, a channel dedicated to preserving nature by revealing the untold struggles, intelligence, and endurance of the wild. Every story we tell is a reminder that what happens here, at the edge of the world, shapes the future of life itself. In this film, you will witness 5 chapters of survival, birth and fragility, learning to hunt, injury and loss, a melting world, endurance and legacy. Watch until the end, because the final moments of this journey carry a truth that reaches far beyond the Arctic and directly into our hands. This is the life of the polar bear, a hunter built for cold, a body designed for ice, a mind shaped by patience and instinct, and a future built on uncertainty. Life begins not under open sky, but in darkness, deep beneath the snow, inside a fragile den carved from ice. Newborn cubs enter a world already stacked against them, blind, helpless, silent, tiny bodies trembling. They are no larger than a human hand, delicate as fragile porcelain. Without their mother, they would not survive a single hour. Outside the den, temperatures plunge to levels that would kill exposed flesh in moments. Winds whip snow into stinging needles. Inside, the mother bears the impossible. She eats nothing. 4 months, she survives on fat reserves alone, giving every remaining calorie to the cubs pressed against her chest. Her body weakens. Her eyes grow heavy. Every movement carries pain. Yet she does not waver. Many cubs will never leave this den. Collapse, flooding, early melt. The Arctic is changing, and even birth has become a gamble. Each shift in temperature, each thawing patch of ice, could erase the fragile lives within. The den, once a safe refuge, is now a fragile sanctuary against a world growing unpredictable. Time stretches as spring arrives too early. The den opens before the world is ready. The cubs step into blinding light. They stumble onto thinning ice, and the ground beneath them groans with instability. The horizon is vast and white, endless. Every shadow could hide danger. Every crack in the ice could be their undoing. Here, movement is survival. Each step is a lesson. Each stumble teaches the limits of balance. Each breath draws warmth from the cold air that bites like steel. The cubs follow instinct and guidance from a mother whose eyes carry knowledge far beyond their tiny understanding. The Arctic waits, patient. It watches, it tests, and it teaches, through silence, that nothing here is free, nothing here is guaranteed. This is the beginning, and already, survival demands everything. Hunger becomes the teacher. Out on the sea ice, seals are everything. They are warmth in a frozen world. They are energy in a land that offers none. They are life itself. Without seals, the polar bear cannot survive. But seals are not helpless prey. They are fast, alert, and perfectly adapted to escape. The ice that supports the bear also betrays it, riddled with breathing holes, cracks, and underwater tunnels that give seals countless paths to vanish beneath the surface. The polar bear learns patience. It waits beside a single breathing hole for hours, sometimes days, muscles locked, limbs pressed into ice, breath slowed to near stillness. Snow settles into its fur, blurring shape and scent, until bear and ice become indistinguishable. Time stretches, cold gnaws at exposed skin. Hunger tightens the body from within. The bear does not pace, it does not rush. Every movement costs calories it may never recover. In the Arctic, stillness is not weakness, it is strategy. Then, movement, a ripple beneath the ice. A breath breaks the surface. The strike is violent, sudden, explosive. A forelimb slams downward with crushing force. Ice shatters, water erupts, teeth snap for the neck in a fraction of a second. The moment is brief and absolute. Sometimes it works, often it doesn't. A seal slips away just out of reach, vanishing into black water below. The whole goes silent. The bear is left standing over broken ice, breath heaving, energy spent with nothing gained. Every failed hunt drains strength. Every wasted movement brings starvation closer. Days pass without success. Fat reserves thin. Muscles weaken. The margin between life and death narrows with every missed opportunity. Cubs watch everything. They observe pasture, timing, distance. They learn when the mother commits and when she waits. They witness failure as often as success, understanding that survival here is not guaranteed by power alone. This is not instinct alone. This is learning. Learning shaped by hunger, refined by failure, paid for with energy and time. But the ice beneath them is already changing. Cracks widen sooner each year. Breathing holes shift. Hunting platforms drift apart. The bear must travel farther, wait longer, and risk more, all while the season grows shorter. The lesson is relentless. Adapt or disappear. And as the ice continues to fracture beneath their feet, time runs thinner than the ice itself. The ice breaks without warning. There is no signal, no sound loud enough to prepare for it. Only a sudden absence beneath the pause. A single misstep can plunge a polar bear into freezing water where strength disappears almost instantly. The shock steals breath. Cold clamps down like iron. Muscles seize as panic competes with instinct. Claws tear at the ice edge, scraping for purchase. Ice splinters beneath weight, not meant to be carried by water. The bear kicks violently, burning precious energy in seconds. Every movement drains warmth. Every second submerged shortens survival. Time becomes brutal mathematics. Sometimes, the bear escapes. It hauls its body back onto solid ice, for-soaked, breath ragged, heart pounding against ribs. The danger is not over. Wet fur freezes quickly. Wine turns moisture into knives. The bear must keep moving to avoid hypothermia, spending energy it may not have. Sometimes, injury follows. A paw slices against sharp ice. Pads tear. Claws crack. A shoulder strains under desperate effort. These wounds are not dramatic, but they are devastating. Speed disappears. Balance falters. Pain becomes constant. A wounded bear cannot hunt efficiently. Slowness invites starvation. There are no doctors here, no shelter, no recovery period. In the Arctic, injury is not treated, it is endured, and often it is fatal. And sometimes, cubs fall behind. Their smaller bodies slip more easily. Their strength fades faster in the water. A cub struggles at the edge, claws skidding on ice too smooth to grip. The mother turns back, circling, urging, guiding. But the ice keeps moving. Cold winds quickly. Some cubs never rise again. There is no burial, no marker, no moment of stillness. The ice continues drifting. The wind continues howling. Hunger continues demanding. Grief has no ceremony here. The mother pauses only briefly. Her breath fogs the air. Her ears scan for danger. Then she turns forward. Not because she does not feel loss, but because stopping means death for those who remain. Survival in the Arctic is not cruel. It is indifferent. Endurance here is rare and precious. Those who survive carry scars. In flesh, in memory, in instinct. They learn where ice betrays weight. They learn when to risk crossing and when to wait. Loss becomes knowledge, etched into behavior that may one day save another life. The Arctic does not reward strength alone. It rewards persistence, awareness, and the ability to keep moving, even when everything behind you is gone. Here, endurance is not heroic. It is necessary, and only a few are strong enough and fortunate enough to carry it forward. The ice melts earlier every year. What was once solid 4 months now fractures in weeks. The hunting season, already short, shrinks further. Breathing holes vanish. Ice platforms drift apart. The distance between food and survival grows wider with each passing season. Some polar bears swim 4 days across open water, chasing ice that no longer stays. Their massive bodies were never meant for endless swimming. Energy drains. Muscles fail. The cold that once supported life now steals it. Many do not make it. Others adapt. They scavenge whale carcasses left by tides, raid seabird nests for eggs, catch fish in shallow waters. Some wander closer to human settlements, drawn by the smell of food waste and opportunity. Risk replaces certainty. Humans become a new danger. The Arctic is no longer empty. Ships carve paths through once untouched ice. Industry pushes northward. Noise, pollution, and conflict follow. The polar bear navigates a world it was never designed for, surviving not through dominance, but necessity. Adaptation buys time, but time is limited, and the ice keeps melting. Some bears survive long enough to breed, not because survival is guaranteed, but because endurance refuses to surrender, against thinning ice, against seasons that arrive too early and leave too soon, against hunger that stretches for weeks, sometimes months. Life begins again, fragile, uncertain, defiant. In hidden snow dens and wind-swept coastlines, cubs are born into silence, their eyes sealed, their bodies small, their future shaped by forces far beyond their control. They nurse in darkness, pressed against the only warmth they will know for months. Outside, the Arctic shifts, ice fractures, storms arrive without warning. Inside, the mother waits. She does not hunt, she does not eat. Every remaining reserve in her body is given to the lives breathing against her chest. Many cubs will never leave these dens. Collapse, flooding, early melt. The Arctic no longer waits for life to be ready. When the den finally opens, the world is blinding. The cold sharper, the ice thinner. Cubs take their first steps onto a surface that can no longer be trusted. Walking is no longer instinct, it is risk. They follow their mother across broken ice and water. They learn to balance, to listen, to stop when she stops, to run when she runs. Every movement becomes a lesson. Every mistake carries consequence. They learn the smell of seals beneath the ice, the sound of breathing holes under snow, the patience to wait, motionless, while hunger claws from the inside. But patience does not always pay. Ice drifts farther apart. Hunting grounds vanish. Distances grow wider each year. A missed seal can mean starvation. A collapsing floe can mean separation. Open water can become a sentence with no return. Some cubs fall behind. Some are lost to the sea. Some disappear, without witness, without sound. The cycle continues, but the world they inherit is not the one their ancestors mastered. Sea ice forms later, breaks earlier, and vanishes faster than instinct can adapt. Every step matters now. Every choice matters. Yet the polar bear does not surrender. It adapts, swimming farther than any bear should. It persists, surviving on fewer hunts, thinner margins. It endures, through resilience carved by time. But even resilience has limits. This is not a battle the polar bear can fight alone. Its future depends on ours, on decisions made far from the Arctic, on emissions released into skies it will never see, on whether this species, this ecosystem, still matters to those who will never feel this cold. At Wildlife Chronicles, we tell these stories not for spectacle, but for preservation, because awareness creates protection, and protection creates a future. If this journey moved you, like this video. If it stayed with you, share it. And if you believe these stories deserve to survive, subscribe to Wildlife Chronicles. Because preserving the wild does not begin with saving animals. It begins with understanding them.